Hello everyone, my name is Szamer and welcome to Banished. Now this is a game that I wanted to do a review on, so I have added it to my collection on Steam called Szamer's Collection. Yeah, so basically this game was, it came out last February 2014. So it's about a year and a half old, no, not a year and a half, nearly 2 years old. But it's still like really good. I just wanted to do reviews on random games because they're like really good. So I've sunk in about 16 hours, I think if I remember correctly, 16 hours into this game. Not technically that much, but it's still good enough. So yeah, this game is $20 on Steam. It's got 36 Steam achievements, really. It's got 36 Steam achievements, which are all basically, you have to play the game for about 20 hours to get to that, to get to like the easiest one, which is like get 300 people, or like villages, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, so let's, what else? So this is made by Shiny Rock Software LLC. And basically the game is, in a city building strategy game, you control a group of exiled travelers who decide to restart their lives in a new land. They have only the clothes on their backs and a cart filled with supplies from their homeland. The townspeople of Banished are your primary resource. So yeah, basically you start off with a group. Actually, I'll go new. Yeah, actually, before I do any of that, in this I'll just go through the tutorial, some of the tutorials, just to show you how the game works. Because review, when I'm showing, it should be the tutorials are better. They are faster than actually playing the game. I will actually show you my towns. Later on. So if I go new game, so yeah, you can create a town, you can change the map seed, which is good because I found a really good one, but I screwed up. And so I got the map seed from that, and basically started a new one, and created a different town and succeeded. So yeah, there are two terrain types of valleys and mountains. Valleys is the best type of one because you can just build, well, they're valleys. Mountains basically are around the edge of the map, so you know where the edge of the map is when you're like scrolling around and stuff like that. Basically valleys is, yeah, valleys across, all in the middle of the map, while all the outside is mountains. And then mountains is just mountains. Not easy to do, yeah. So terrain size, small, medium, large, of course. Climate, there's different things. I normally go fair because it's a nice... before I keep going, actually I wanted to play the game as like, I just wanted to like, I didn't want an extreme challenge. It's still a challenge no matter what you do, because bad things can happen. You might not know what to do and stuff like that. I wanted a playthrough that I could just build a whole town and like calmly and not get too, oh my god, people are dying and stuff like that. So yeah, climate doesn't really matter. It just, as you can see, mild, harsh, stuff like that. Disasters I turned off because I don't actually know what the disasters is, so it's kind of a bad review. But I'm pretty, it's hard to tell because you can get small disasters. They're not really disasters, but like if your town is good enough, like you can stop diseases before they spread, and like those type of things, like little things that can start that could be disasters. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Starting conditions, so you go easy, medium, hard. Basically that is, so yeah, what it says, an easy game begins with 6 families. So they start with different amount of families, different amount of clothing, food, firewood, building material, and tools. And so, yeah, so homes and storage areas have already been built, while hard, you've got nothing. You've basically got 4 families and a small amount of everything else, so you can actually survive for a little bit. So yeah, that is the big difference between the difficulty, but in the end, everything is kinda the same in a way. So yeah, I went easy because I wanted that playthrough. Basically, yeah, so everything's the same. You just start off with a different amount of resources and different amount of families, because the more families you have, the more food you need to use, and then the more but then you can also get more people to actually get food, and so there's that type of rotation. Yeah. Okay, so the achievements, which I've talked a little bit about, basically they're all you have to play get the game for a while. I'm pretty sure I looked through the achievements. There is one that you have to get 300 civilians, or people, and that's like the easiest one, like the smallest type of one, and then everything else is around that. It's, yeah. So one of my favorite things about this game is the mods. So yeah, there are all the set buildings. There is, and yeah, I'll go through these ones. So I've got a college, which is just a school, just bigger. Something fishy, so doubles the fish stock and radius type of stuff. Yeah, so there's the extra buildings, and there's the kind of like cheats type of thing. Yeah, they are cheats, and they basically work. Yeah, they just make everything faster in a way, like they double stuff and all that. Doesn't mean the game's going to be easy. It just makes it slightly easier. So yeah, library, dairy, milk, creamery. And there's a lot of professions that aren't actually starting with the game, like the library and stuff like that. There's no such thing in the actual game. Jamie's monastery is just a monastery. I haven't even actually built that one yet. But yeah, there's the medieval town, so you can actually have the medieval type buildings from England as your towns and stuff like that. So they've got practically every building. Yeah, nearly every building as a medieval version, which is really cool. Actually, I built half my town of that. So yeah, there's root cellars, which is really weird. Sawmill, which doesn't actually work, I don't think. Smaller vended buildings, yes. Grain silo. Big horny animals, just herds reproduce faster, which is cool because I get more food and stuff. Fish farm, which I didn't use properly. That's basically you what is it? You create fish, and then when they get to a certain age or whatever, you eat them and stuff like that. And then yeah, more stone, wood and stuff per stuff you get. And the weirdest one is stone bridge. So you get dirt path, stone path, wooden bridge, and the tunnel. You don't get a stone bridge at all. I thought that was really weird. So yeah, that was a good one to get, because yeah, it was just really weird how you couldn't build a stone bridge when you can build like stone path and stuff. Okay, so tutorials. So there's the getting started, survival, food, and trade. So I won't go through the trade because that's just a little bit in there. It's kind of stupid. The basics, I don't think I really need to go through that. I'll just go through it anyway. But one thing about this game that I haven't actually said yet for some reason is this game is beautiful. You've got a bird's eye view which can do this, so it looks pretty good actually when you're looking at your town, so you can see how big your town is compared to the big map. So you've got the valleys, the big valleys with the water running through, and you've got the mountains which are on the side of the map. Okay, welcome to Banished. We don't care about this is just the buttons, so you guys don't necessarily need to know about this stuff, just need to know about the gameplay. So I've already gone through all this, I don't actually use all these. things. And if you've got a dual screen, you can't move across here, but you can move like that. Yeah. So yeah, there's all these different icons that tell you stuff, which is definitely, it's a perfect little system. Okay, so I need to build a house. So yeah, okay, so the arrows, oh geez, don't lie. The arrows basically show where, well, it's the footprint, so it's going to show where people need to go to use it and stuff. Okay, so basically this, you can select all of this with this tool, the remove tool, and all your, basically everybody before they get a job, it's laborer. So yeah. Okay, so that's, head to the area, yay. Okay, can I, yeah, so, and they will, all the laborers chop down everything, and if you build something, they'll chop it down. Like, if you build something over a tree or whatever, they'll chop the tree down, and yada yada yada. It's all simple stuff. Okay, well, that did not work out very well. Yeah, okay, so I'm not going to be doing the tutorials, that was a pain in the ass. But yeah, so look at how beautiful the game is. Like, this is just a little bit, like, there are the 4 seasons, of course, which, oh my god, I hate winter so much. Like, I love looking at my town, how beautiful it is. And just winter comes, and everything snows, like, it snows everywhere. So, everything's white. And, yeah, like, the only green things are, like, these trees. So yeah, with the tutorials, there are all these different things. With the mods, they add so much more than just what they've actually got in the game. So yeah, there is just like so much to this game. I won't be talking about all of it. So yeah, basically survival, you build, it tells you about the basic things like the blacksmith, tailor, forester, which they all take part. I'll go through it in a second. Yeah, so there's food production, which is extremely necessary. There's a better word for it, but it's your highest priority, food, because that helps with everything else. And then trading, you can trade with other towns, not online, I'm pretty sure, but like a tradesman comes through, and then yeah. So I'll go to my place, which is called Ashenfell. Still not showing the name. You can change the name if you don't, if you don't know. But yeah, so this is the snow. Okay, you didn't really see it, and it's at 10 times. Okay, so I'll slow it down because yeah, the game doesn't need to be at 10 times, and it's summer, so I don't want to go winter anytime soon. So yeah, if I zoom out, it's a small map. You can barely see anything right now because it's raining. That's another thing I hate about the weather. The further you go up, the more like clouds basically type of thing. Okay, so this is, I'll pause it actually. Okay, so this is the perfect thing. So this is my town. This is the basic town. You basically start off with this. Not this whole entire, all these houses, you start with a few of them randomly put. You've got your barn, which has all the has your inventory, and you've got these stockpiles, which are these things as well. And so they hold all the non-food item type things, like the actual things you build with. That's yeah. And so yeah, this is my little town. We've got lots of lag, apparently, this and like near the lags. Okay, so yeah, you've got, these are all the stone houses. I built them because you've got more chance of survival with them, because they're better than wood because of, I'm saying because too much, oh my god! They keep the warmth in and keep the cold out, so you don't have to use as much of other supplies as you do with this. It's on 0 frames. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, you've got your livestock, which I've got sheep and cows. You can basically put these few things. This actually in this circled area, this yellow line around here, basically it cuts and people cut and plant trees. So that's why this area is completely surrounded in trees, because they plant more than they cut. Look at my little farm down here. I got Stonehenge, a mod. Yeah, so you got your stone bridge, which is cool. Yeah, so the closer you get, obviously the graphics aren't good, but well, you can see the badly done textures or whatever. Yeah, so I've got a fish farm. Farms are meant to be away from the water, because it's like you don't have any water. That's why you make a fish farm. So yeah, it's my little town, and yeah, it's nice. I've got my mining place up here, so I've got all this mining stuff. It's cool, and I've got all my dead people. This game will be dead if it doesn't fix the frame rate up. A lot of... it doesn't tell you when people die of age. That's one of my problems. Like, the only problems with this game is that, well, they're small ones, which I probably won't even, like, tell most of them, because I don't even, like, they're just, like, so small that I forget. And they're not even, like, bad, exactly. They don't tell you when people die. No, it doesn't tell you when old people die. It tells you if they die of a different death than natural, or whatever. So yeah, that's 42 out of 77 graves. But that's over. So yeah, I've got up in the top corner. Actually, I'll put this on the other side because of my thing. Okay, so you've got the name, you got Szamer, the number of years that you've done, so 37. You've got 89. So yeah, it's adult, students, and children. Basically, students are teenagers. So 89 adults, 12 students, and 17 kids. Then you've got the temperature, which doesn't really mean anything in a way. I think it's Fahrenheit. I use Celsius, so 78 Australia would have melted, because our highest is like 50 or something like that. So it's a little bit odd. I don't know how that system works, so that's annoying. And yeah, you've got all your resources. Now this is all the resources that you have in storage, not that you have in houses. So that's perfect. The more you have of all that, the better, because that means there's a lot more in houses and stuff. Yeah, so you got wood, you got stone, you've got iron, work tools, so if you don't have any tools you can't work. Clothing for the warmth, that's something you don't necessarily need. You have stone houses. Medicine, which is really weird to collect. It keeps this up, the average health, which I've got a steady balance, because it's really hard to collect herbs and stuff, so yeah. And then the happiness, so you can have other things like the church, to pray, to make people happy about, like, so they can mourn their dead. That's actually a thing. The AI is actually pretty smart. There are a few dumb things, or it takes a bit of time for them to figure out what they need to do. Like if they set a job, or like if they're moved from another job, one job, or the same job but one place to another place, then they take a bit to realize what's going on. What is this man in the sky making me do? So yeah, it's sometimes really it annoys me a little bit, because it's like they don't know what they're doing, and it's like a big question mark above where they're walking, and it's like dude, your mate, I told you, go over there, just go over there. So yeah, it does fix itself, but yeah, so then there's alcohol. So yeah, nicely sized town, I must say. I've got a crap ton of food. I have my cap at 10,000, which the good thing about the cap is everything isn't combined to go to the cap, it's just to keep making stuff until it hits the cap, the capacity, if you don't know. So yeah. So, like, if you get to 10,000, all the other things might come in, like, all your farm stuff might come in, and you might have over, like, a few hundred over that capacity, which is good. The only thing is you need storage places. That's why I've got 3 of them, because they get full, and the market is perfect as well, distributes everything better. So yeah, there's a lot of things to do with this game. I won't go through them all, as I said. And yeah, okay, so this Stonehenge, it's actually, people worship it. 8 people do, apparently. And I'll just go over here slowly, and this is my medieval town. So you can tell how different the buildings are to those. These little things, which are really ugly, to this, which is really cool. I always love these buildings. So yeah, you can, it's a whole entire, it's just a mod that does this, which is perfect. You've got all these different, like, unique buildings, which you can't get in the actual game. The main thing, if I zoom in, I want to, this was a clever idea, I must say. These things, okay, so these are triple story houses. So basically you build one story after the other, and it's a little bit weird if you mess it up, like what I've done. So you can see that's one house, and that's the 3rd story, while there's meant to be a second one like that. So I do have my cursor on, yeah. So yeah, and there's a hotel, which the hotels are only for people who don't have a place to live, which I kind of think is slightly stupid in a way. Like, you could have, what are they, I can't remember, but like, they're not hotels, but like units, that type of thing, like a big building like this. And wrong way. Like a big building like this with tons of rooms and stuff like that for people to live in. So yeah, and then you've got this giant cathedral, which, yeah. So I'm at the point of the game where I've just got so many resources that I can just technically do whatever I want. You do need to be mindful of, like, how many things you've got. I've got 2 towns, so all the resources are spread across 2 different towns. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but yeah, I've got a small map, which is nice, it's cozy type of thing. I've got all of this area to cover, which I don't think I will. And I've built 2 towns, which you can build you can cover the whole entire map in stuff. So yeah, I just absolutely love how beautiful this game is, and just how well it works. It's just like the AI are really smart, which is good. You need it, and there's so much more to this game than I can tell in this small episode. It's probably gonna be 20 minutes, but yeah. So yeah, so there's all these different things about the game, but I just wanted to show you guys what this game is and the basics of it, because I really absolutely loved it. The last few days, well, I've been a little bit sick. I've played this because, well, yeah, because I can play games. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. Actually, I don't. People can. Well, this is so 10 times. Well, you'll be able to see how fast it is with this. So yeah, people go really fast. It's perfect. Like, you don't want to keep it on all the time. I can at this stage because I've got like near infinite kinda. But yeah, so I'll just go to the main menu. And yeah. So yeah, this game is, one, it's beautiful. 2, the AI are very smart, which is perfect for this game. I was thinking of like Age of Empires without fighting, because it kind of is, because it's got all the same elements with the buildings part. It's just really nice type of thing, and it's like every type of game, like every type of playthrough you want, you can make it in the new thing. So you can make it there. You just need to know how the game works that little bit. So if you just want to make a town and just like have everything go nice and technically smooth, then you go for the easy one. If you want extreme challenge, go for the hard, because it's still a challenge if you don't necessarily know what you're doing, which is good as well. It's a strategy sim. And yeah, unfortunately this episode or video did not go that well. I need to restart the game a few times, which was annoying. It doesn't actually run that bad on my computer. It's never lagged before. It's just because got everything open. I've been using the computer all day and recording, so I need, yeah. So yeah, the game runs perfectly. The music is nice and like calm, and it's just like, yay. Perfect style, that type of thing. Graphics are beautiful. Like if you don't zoom in, that just ruins the effect. Water physics are pretty cool, actually. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but yeah. And yeah, so the mods make the game so much better. Mostly because you can build things like the Cathedral and Stonehenge that you can't actually build. There's a lot of things that you can be added and stuff like that. You saw my two it's technically one town, but I made two. That was the normal one, like the normal actual game thing, and all the things from the mod. Well, not all, but most things from the mod. Which was the medieval mod. And there's a lot of mods, like most of them are language mods, which but yeah, there's like 23 pages or 24 pages of mods, which is amazing, but a lot of them are the same, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game, as I said, was $20 on Steam. Definitely worth a buy. It's one of those games that go really low on sales, so if you wanted to wait, yeah, I got it for $5 USD, and yeah, it's just a really cool game. Beautiful. I can't stop saying that. It's just really, really beautiful, and it would be really weird if there was fighting in this game. But yeah, there's so much to this game. Like, I did scratch the surface, but yeah. So like my page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. The link to this game is straight in the description below. Check it out for yourself. This is definitely worth a buy. There is no demo to it, so I don't think that, yeah, there's no demo to it. So you can't do a little bit of a test, but this playthrough should show you how well the game is, or something like that. I didn't go through the tutorials, unfortunately, because they didn't work properly, which was really weird. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. And yeah, so my Steam curator page is in the link. It is a link in the description below as well. If you guys want to follow me, I basically put up games, horror games that I normally play on YouTube, and I put up these random ones that I enjoy so much that I need to put it, like I have this giant urge to put it on my page. So yeah, follow me on that. You can get all these cool game recommendations from me, and yeah, I'll see you guys in another one. Bye bye!